New information today about the clergy sexual abuse crisis in New Hampshire. Documents reveal the names of more than 24 clergy members accused of misconduct. NECN's Lauren Collins is live in Manchester with the story. Lauren?
And Latoya, these names are public record today because victim advocate groups and several media outlets filed right-to-know requests with the Attorney General. Now, victim advocates say they shouldn't have to work this hard to get that information.
They are the names of the New Hampshire clerics accused of sexual abuse in the years since the church-wide scandal broke in 2002. 27 in all, posted on the website bishopaccountability.org.
We think that information should have been made public during that 6-year period.
Victim advocates on Friday condemned the Diocese of Manchester for not releasing the names directly to the public and instead reporting them to the Attorney General's office. They want more transparency from Bishop McCormick when it comes to credible allegations.
And for the diocese to post them on the diocesan website so that we can understand who is out there.
The Diocese and Attorney General's office reached a settlement in 2002 in which it agreed to annual performance audits and drafted a policy on how it would handle abuse allegations. Under that agreement, the diocese submits all names of accused priests to the AG's office, but is not required to identify the accused publicly.
It's our policy to cooperate with law enforcement. A lot of these are legal issues, and so it's important to first communicate to law enforcement to make sure that due diligence is done as far as any legal ramifications.
Most of the newly released abuse allegations happened decades ago, and at least half of the clergy cited in them have died many years ago.
The vast majority haven't resulted in even any criminal investigation because there simply wasn't a potential to prosecute the case.
But victim advocates say it's nonetheless important to make the names public and to do so without legal means.
Priests may die, but survivors live, and they need that healing. And for those who are still alive, we need to be aware if they're out there.
Now, even those most critical of the diocese say that they have come a long way since 2002 in protecting children and making their policies more clear. However, Latoya, they are concerned that unless the pressure is kept on them to be more forthright, that the diocese will slip back into a policy of secrecy.
And Lauren, are we expected to learn about more accusations in the future?
Well, the diocese does report any new allegations to the Attorney General's office, which then looks into it to decide whether prosecution is warranted and necessary. But as far as those names getting to the public policy right now, you have to file a right-to-know request with the Attorney General's office to get that name, and that's the way it will go into the future.
Well, thanks for that report, Lauren Collins, live in Manchester, New Hampshire.